I'm here with Grandmaster Arjun Erigaisi. Arjun, the death match is now 3 days away. How is the feeling, and are you preparing chess or something else, as Gukesh had mentioned in his interview?
Uh, I am preparing only chess, but I think I am ready for the other challenge as well.
Really? Are you ready for this? What Gukesh had mentioned, and then we made this thumbnail for it.
Now, to be honest, I think I would be more confident than in chess.
Really?
With Gukesh, yes.
Oh my God. I I considered like you to be the most non-violent person of the board. Like you won't indulge in a fight or anything of that sort.
I look like that, but I think I can do pretty well. When it's required, I can do well.
Everyone's been talking that because you are going through all the formats of chess, why not introduce a chess boxing round as well?
Yeah, why not? I would be out. And even
Okay.
chess wrestling, that can even be better.
Chess wrestling. And talking about wrestling, this is one of the things that the winner takes home. Is it something that would be a very unique thing for you to have?
Yeah, for sure. I think this is the first time that we have it in a chess tournament. The whole event of that match, it's very special, like two players facing off each other on a ring and everything. And especially the belt, we don't get that too with the pictures and everything. It feels special and I would like to take it.
Amazing, amazing. And by the way, going to the format of the event, we have the original segment first, where we have the blindfold game. People told me that actually 7 plus 2 is not rapid. It comes somewhere in blitz. So we decided to make it into a Ritz format. Like, it's a mix of rapid and blitz, 7 minutes plus 2 seconds. No castling chess and chess 960. And every game here is worth 3 points, one for a draw and zero for a loss. So, what do you feel about this originals format?
Yeah, it's very unique, firstly, like to have one rapid, one 960, one no curling, etc. And it will be interesting. I think none of us really have so much experience in these variants. Maybe we played a little bit of chess 960 and no castling, but especially blindfold, I don't think any of us have any experience. So it will be interesting to see how the games go.
Have you been following the chess 960 World Championship just that ended yesterday?
Yeah, I was following it quite a lot, and the way Hikaru played, it was just brilliant the whole match, starting from day one to until the very end. It
Mm.
was very consistent throughout. Also, Nordisberg played very well in the group stages, but unfortunately, maybe he had a bad day against Nakamura.
Do you consider it to be a very important like future of chess 960 after seeing this tournament?
I have a feeling it has the potential, and you see, there were a lot of wins for Black, unlike in normal chess. Like if you see just in classical chess, there are very few games where Black actually wins.
Mhm.
But here, Black won quite a lot of games, and it's very interesting. You
Okay.
cannot just make a quick draw with White if it gives you the title or something. So I like the format.
And what about blindfold chess? Have you ever played it in like public? I'm sure you've played it while going to tournaments, maybe in a train journey or a
Airport.
flight journey on the airport and so on. But have you ever played it in a tournament?
No, I haven't played it in a tournament. I have played it a few times, like training or just for fun as such, but never really in a serious tournament game. So it will
Mm.
be the first time.
Okay, very interesting. And have you ever studied no castling chess
Okay, I do remember checking a little bit for the no Catholic tournament that we played back in 2020.
in Kramnik, Gelfand,
Yeah,
Microsense camp?
right.
I
Okay,
think
I have a
you
vague
had
memory.
reached the finals, correct?
Oh no, I had reached the
Semis.
semi-final.
Hmm,
I lost to Arjun Erigaisi.
correct. Yeah, so that is the first format with all the different things, and then we go to the Blitz tournament, Blitz section, which is of 60 minutes, and it will have a time control of 4 plus 2. So, and then after that, we'll go into the bullet segment, which will have a time control of 1 plus 2. And a lot of people that whom I have spoken to about this match consider you to be a slight favorite in these two segments. Do you also consider the same?
Mm, it could be, but no, Gukesh is improving really quick. So so I think we'll get to know only based on how the match goes, because I remember in 2020 we had a match, and then I ratings were around the same, but it could be it could be felt that I was significantly stronger. But in 2021 when we played, he was already much stronger. I think I was still slightly stronger and I won the match, but it was very close already. And in 2022 also he made massive progress. So it will be very close. Even if I'm the favorite, maybe it's like 51-49 or something like that. So it doesn't really matter, I think.
Mm-hmm. And what do you have to say about this point scoring system? Because in the last first death match we had, all games had 1 point. This time we have 3 points for the original segment, 2 points for blitz, 1 point for bullet. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, it is surely interesting, and Blitz having more weightage than Bullet, and 7+2 having more weightage than 5+2, it does make sense. And also it's a bit similar to the Champions Chess Tour event that goes on.
Right.
Like win gives you 3 points, draw one. So it promotes a lot of fighting chess, which is good.
Mm. And I don't have to tell you guys about this rule because you anyway do it, which is not offering a draw throughout the game. But I think it's also something you have an option in other tournaments, although you don't offer draws often. I've seen you and Gukesh both fighting. But now that there are no draw offers, I think it will be fight till the end in every game.
Yeah, for sure. And one thing we have to be careful about is not offer a draw when it's like rook 3 points is a 3 points.
Offer a draw and then the arbiter comes and gives you a loss.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is going to be very exciting. Arjun, playing at your home turf, does that put some pressure on you or does that give you motivation because it's happening in Hyderabad? I mean, close to where you live.
Probably some motivation, but I don't think it has any real effect. Even if it was some other city, I think it would have been more or less the same.
Ah. Because if you look at how the entire setup is, it's something like this. There will be only one table at the top of the stage, and then there will be people who will be watching. I don't think that generally chess players are used to playing for a crowd. Yes, I mean, I think at Tata Steel you have played where there are people sitting and there is a crowd, but it's not like here there are people who are going to just completely be focused on one game at one time. So is that a new sort of a feeling?
Yeah, it's definitely new. Like even Tata Steel, it's like 10 players play, so it's 5 games in total. But this one, just 2 players, and throughout the match, people just focus on this one. So it's very unique. And no, I think I'll have goosebumps while entering the stage.
Okay. Okay, fantastic. And I asked sorry, Gukesh about this to do some trash talking very unsuccessfully. Do you think I'll be successful with you?
Uh, no, I saw your interview with Gukesh, so I was slightly prepared for that. And mine will be if so if I cannot kill him in chess, I'll kill him in wrestling.
Oh, so would you say that if by chance it happens that the result does not go in your favor, you will challenge him to a wrestling match there
Not there, but
later?
some point in the future.
Okay, okay, very interesting, very cute way of sort of trash talking. Arjun, should we look at one of your games against Gukesh, which is I think your favorite?
Yeah,
Uh,
sure.
and although I have this game also to discuss with you very shortly, but let's first go to Gukesh's game. Um, why did you choose your win against him at the Braganca Open? You've played many games with him.
Uh,
Why this one?
so basically, in classical, I have 3 wins with him,
Mm.
and amongst the three, I felt this is the most interesting game. Like the second one, he mixed up his preparation, and I got a big advantage out of it.
Hmm.
So it wasn't so special.
You mean that
And the,
bishop h1 which was trapped?
yeah,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
bishop.
Hmm.
And the third one, it wasn't really like so smooth or something. There were a lot of mistakes on both sides. Even this game does have, but it's very interesting. So it was this.
What would you say is the difference in style between you and Gukesh while playing chess?
Uh, I think at this point we both are all-rounders, I would say. But if there is some natural style, like if he has to incline towards a style, he would incline towards complications and stuff like that. And whereas I would incline towards simplicity and simple positions is what I attempt.
Hmm.
So that's where the trend difference comes. But as I said earlier, I think at this point we both are pretty much all rounders.
Hmm. I think what I realized is that you are slightly more towards intuition based play, and he's a lot more towards calculation based play. So in a given position, you might take certain decision based on your feel, but he would sort of try to look at more lines. Is that correct way to think?
Yeah, true, true. That's a good way of putting
Okay, okay. Let's have a look at this game. Uh, you are white. You open it with d4. He goes d5, c4, c6. We have the Slav defense on the board. Main line, knight h4, bishop e4, f3. He went here, queen b3, and queen c7, which is sort of more fighting, I guess, than queen b6, right?
it. Yes, right.
bd2, bishop e7, takes, knight takes, knight g6, hg, and you long castled. So, what would you say, like this position? I have seen some of Hari Krishna's games in this opening. He plays it a lot. White has the bishop pair, also a strong center. Is white already better here? Or?
Oh no, I think it's all still theory, and I remember he was better prepared than me. I think my preparation ended somewhere after the long castle, and I just knew some plans. But he played he played a5 at some point, maybe even here, and he played it quite fast.
He took
I mean,
first. He
yeah,
took here. I think yeah, you cannot take by the way on h2 because after takes there is b7 hanging. So
yeah,
he first went knight d7, king b1, a5. He was
yeah,
prepared, yeah, a5.
yeah. I remember he was blitzing out until a5, and I was out of book quite early, so it was complicated and it was a challenge to find an interesting way to play. And I like the move that I played here. It's not the best move objectively,
Hmm.
but it took him off theory, and I think we got a very interesting question after that.
G4. I mean, it looks logical, no? Like you want to expand on the king side.
Yes, but on the other hand, computer claims that putting the pawn on g4 weakens the h4 square, and h2 pawn becomes a backward pawn.
Hmm.
But it is interesting, I would say.
Okay. So a4, you went back, and he played g5, fixing this structure, which makes a lot of sense. And now a3. Do you think his move g5 was not a good move, or what was?
Mm, I think it is a good move, but probably he should have included a3 b3 and then perhaps played g5.
So here a3, b3, and g5. Do you mean to say that now with a3 you playing it, the a4 pawn is a weakness?
Uh, I'm not sure if it's exactly a weakness on a4, but it's definitely a strength on a3.
Nice. Okay. So this pawn, if it was here, it would have been much stronger. Got it. Bishop d6, you played h3, king f8. I mean, all of a sudden, it seems like black does not have many good plans now, right? You will play like bishop g2. Maybe you'll start expanding in the center.
Yeah, but it's not so simple for white either, because if he plays e4,
Hmm.
f4 square becomes really weak.
Hmm.
Maybe h4 is a possible break, but black has control over the c7 to h2 diagonal, so I cannot really just go queen f2 and play h4.
Correct.
it's not so simple for white either. And black does have some e5 plans, although his king should be very safe in order to execute that.
Yeah, he cannot castle short because of h4. He cannot castle long because a4 is hanging. So,
Yeah, I think king f8 is pretty decent. It's safe for now.
and now you anyway went e4. He put his bishop on this weakened square, and now you played bishop c4, clearly looking to open up the position with d5.
Yeah.
He went b5, bishop a2, and now came rook to h6. Okay, you went ahead as planned, d5, c5 played, and now you took pawn takes, and queen d3, attacking the d7 knight, knight e5.
Around this point, I remember I thought I should be much better, but he found some nice practical moves.
I think one of the things which I have noticed in Gukesh's games a lot is that even in minus positions, he does not give up, and he is able to find a lot of tricks.
Yeah, he offers a lot of resistance.
Right. So this being better here is only half the battle won with him. He went 95. You took the pawn, and he played king e7.
Yeah, king e7, I was quite impressed with because I can no longer invade with rook d7 at any point.
Correct.
Like let's say he went king g8 instead. At some point when his knight moves, I can go rook d7.
Right.
And king on e7 is actually safe one. Is actually quite safe.
Yeah, yeah. This is typical Gukesh like play. He's trying to keep it as complex as possible. You went rook
Yeah,
c1.
and I love this move of mine. Objectively, it's not the best, but I still like it.
Wow. It's like messing with his mind. Yeah, like you are better, but you are like, okay, I want to give an exchange. What is the logic? Like you want to give up an exchange for what?
Yeah, so I wanted to get my rook to the c file,
Hmm.
but I cannot play rook h2 because there's bishop h2, and I couldn't play rook d2, rook c2 either. So there was no safe way of doing it. So I thought it's worth sacrificing an exchange because this bishop is controlling a lot of space.
Wow. So
So,
it's like you got really angry with that bishop not giving you space, and you're like, okay, let's give up a exchange. But now his knight is no longer as solid on e5,
right.
and his position looks a bit more shaky.
Yeah.
Should he have like not taken, or but then you get your rook on c file?
Yeah, if I get my rook on c file stably, then his c5 pawn is quite weak, and if it falls, then his king would become exposed.
Correct. So bishop c1, rook c1, rook b8, queen a4, and now he took a pawn. Okay. You went here and you attacked the e6 pawn. He played c4, trying to block it. You got your
And
bishop
this
out.
one, we had some crazy lines we were analyzing on the last day. I don't remember all the lines, but there is some line like where white plays f4, gf4, like after c4, bishop b4, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, somewhere white goes
f4.
f4, gf4, g5, something like this. Yeah, he cannot take because e6 falls.
So he has to go back.
Yeah, he has to go back, and I can't recall it's like 1.5 years ago,
Maybe
but
bd6 or something.
yeah, something. And at the end, white, uh, yeah, bishop d6, rook h2 or something.
Ooh.
And
Rook.
before is it here?
Oh,
No, no,
only.
no. Before here, then, yeah, before here, because cb3, rook c7 is a check.
Wow.
Yeah, something like this. And
Amazing.
yeah,
b4 is such a cool move.
yeah,
So he went after king f6. You played it a little safe. You took here.
yeah, we didn't find f4.
Hmm. He went here because if he were to take on c4, you would take back with the rook.
Yeah. And if I manage to trade off the queens, I think I should be close to win. I mean, and protect f3, I should be close to winning because although in terms of material it's even, my connected passes are quite strong and my bishop is very stable.
So you're saying that such a position you are winning.
Oh, yeah, it should be winning. Maybe not so easy, but should be
Got
able to.
it. So rook d6. Queen a4, knight c4, rook
Yeah, this is
c4.
very nice. At first, it seems like, yeah, it seems like white just blundered rook h1
Ah.
because no matter where the king moves, queen c4 is a check.
Oh, pretty. What a
Yeah,
nice one. So no, king a2 he can't go because of queen c4 check. But he
yeah,
can go you
yeah.
can
I
go
could
king.
go king c2.
Nice. And if you take, it's a counter. What a game, man, Arjun. This is a great game.
Yeah, this was very wild, and I was quite happy with the game. Like, it's not the best in terms of objectivity, but practically it was excellent. I think
Yeah,
it was great
absolutely.
fun as well.
King c2, he gave a check here. You went up. Queen d2. And your king moved like this and came back to a2. Okay, so now the queen is hanging. So queen d3, queen c2. As you said, you want to trade, and once it was traded, I think you were
Yeah, it was more or less smooth, I believe.
before. Yeah, very nicely played, and he resigned here. Excellent win. Showcases what a big what big fighters you are. And I think this is what everyone loves about both of you. That you always fight, no matter who your opponent is, be it Magnus, be it anyone else, you always want to fight till the end.
Yeah,
And also, it's one of the things, like, Arjun, you come across, and many times you talk about, like, you are not as confident, like in many things, but you are very confident. It's like a paradox somehow, right? You are very confident, and sometimes you are not confident. Have you thought about it? Like, you talk many
yeah.
times that I don't feel
Sometimes
confident.
same. I also do feel that way about myself, and I don't know, like maybe it's just the phases. Like there are some phases when things go extremely well, I feel very confident, and when things don't go that well, I don't feel that confident. Maybe.
Okay. So let's, before we end this, I wanted to just have a look at your win against Magnus. I think your first win, correct?
Yeah,
Against
first and
Magnus.
only.
First and only win. And I was looking at this game, like when we were commentating, it looked very, very difficult and dangerous for you, this entire position which was there at this point. Were you also feeling that, or you were thinking that it's an interesting position?
Oh yeah, I was thinking it's an interesting position, and like all three results were possible
Mm.
because my king was weak, but also if he doesn't exploit, it's like a bit like King's Indian, yes. So in King's Indian, usually white goes like c4, c5, trying to open on the king side, on the queen side, and black tries to checkmate white on the king side. Uh,
Hmm.
and it's like on the
Here,
opposite side,
here you
honestly, the
are
goes for
playing like
f5.
c4, c5 के जगह f4, f5. Like,
Yeah.
nice. Okay, so he should have played a little more carefully, but he went here, and from this point onwards, you played very well.
Yeah, my next few moves were really good. And I'm proud of this particular point to take on f e6 first instead of going queen f2 here.
Hmm.
Because here queen f2, rook b8, f e6, and he has king c8.
Ah. And there's a mate threatened here, so you cannot really win more material. That's why you first took queen f2, threatening a check here. He went rook b8, and now it's scary. Yes, this is the moment where you need to trust yourself more than Magnus, because he has played rook b8. So should you protect the mate on b1, or should you go all in to the position?
Yeah, and this was more like desperate times, desperate measures. Because if I were to play something like queen c2, it should lose. Like he has a lot of pieces in the attack,
Hmm.
and maybe not concretely, but just positionally, black should be better, I think.
Correct. So you went here, he played bishop e7, and now again you found knight c5, which is important move, king d8. Of course, if king c8, queen e6 is game over.
Yeah.
So he had to play queen, king d8, queen
And
g6.
I think queen g6 is a very classy move.
Hmm.
Not taking the pawn on e6 first. I mean, knight e6, king c8, queen g6 is also possible, but it it's also winning, but it's less strong.
Right. So you took here and knight e5. Did you anticipate this?
Yeah, I did see that, and I thought I can enter an endgame where I should be much better, so I didn't calculate too many details.
So you took king d7, d takes e5, queen e6, and now this very nice move. Although here, even if you took here, you should be
Yeah,
winning,
this
right?
was also winning, but I thought queen e4 was more precise, but it's not.
Right, queen e4, king c6, knight f5. And until here, you played really well, but at some point he got
Yeah,
some chances.
I started to panic a little bit, but like taking on c4, I don't think it was necessary,
Mm,
but the nerves were kind of getting to me, I think, especially after losing the previous final.
right. Rook e8, rook e1, bishop d3, knight d4. And here it seemed like Magnus may make a comeback somehow. Or you felt it or not during the game?
No, actually, I thought it should be winning,
Hmm.
and until the game ended, I thought it was all good, but only after the engine showed the resource, I realized it existed.
So the resource was here, rook d4 here. And I think king b5. Did you also miss it or?
Yeah, I totally missed it. I thought wherever the king moves, there is some check with which I can take the c7 pawn and mate him sometime soon, but king b5 is somehow quite soon.
Both of you missed it. And
Yeah,
that's why Magnus went rook c4. But you had seen this, that with trade of rooks, it's
yes, I
winning.
had. Yeah.
Nice. Take and check. And then this opposite colored bishop endgame is completely winning for you. Uh, and you won. So this match, did it give you like good confidence
Yeah,
overall?
it gave me a lot of confidence. In fact, the final of Julius Bell, I wasn't so confident against Magnus. But this one, although I lost, I was quite confident before the match.
The you mean the quarterfinals?
Yeah, before the quarterfinals. And I think I played well in the first game as well.
You were almost there.
Yeah, it could have been a lot more proud victory than this one because I think I just outplayed him
Totally.
until until almost the end. But then it was unfortunate and maybe nerves got to me. I don't know exactly, but I guess with experience I'll get better at that and hopefully convert my advantages better. And it
Absolutely.
reminded me of my experience in Kolkata last year. So I played this blitz tiebreak with Aronian. I was winning in both the games, but I think it was like the fact that I was playing Levon in a tie breaks and all this, I couldn't convert either of the games. So yeah, I think it was a bit similar.
Yeah, I think the Blitz one, although you had already won the Rapid before that,
Yeah,
tricking Levon in that final game. But then the Blitz portion was also, you were very close, but in the end, Levon won. I think
yeah,
all these experiences are very painful when they happen, but eventually they help you to grow.
yeah, exactly. They do help a lot.
What did you do after this event? I think you haven't been playing since then. What has been happening?
Nothing. I'm just working on chess, and I went to Hyderabad a few days ago. I returned last night actually, and
Okay.
nothing special. Just
In Hyderabad, not for like sightseeing or something, yeah, with your family or
oh no, it was with family. My father had a conference actually
okay.
at Ramoji, so we all went and just spent 1.5 2 days there.
So what's next for you? What are you playing now after this? I mean, after the death match, what will be the next event?
In the death match, I'll be playing the Champions Chess Tour Major.
14th of
Um,
November, right?
yeah, but it will be online. Unfortunately, cannot go to San Francisco. I don't have visa.
Okay.
But online is I would have preferred to go and play there, but online is also fine.
Hmm.
And after that, I think I'll play like Tata Steel India. those are the events for November. And December, I'll play World Rapid Blitz for sure, and I guess there will be some other events as well.
Right. And then the Tata Steel in Vaikanse in January. And of
Yeah.
course, the next year will be even more exciting. And Arjun, we also your sister might play in this tournament at DreamHack Rapid. Is she also a good chess player?
We both started playing chess together, and she's talented, but she wasn't really that interested then.
Hmm.
Now she's a bit interested to. She's playing on leeches and normally she's asking me what to do here, some position about some positions. So she was like,
She
"Shall I
has a
play?"
very good coach now in you.
Yeah. She was like,
What's
"Shall
her
I play the
name?
rap?"
I forgot the
Her name is Kirtana.
Kirtana, yes. And
Yeah.
she's actually studying some very higher studies. She's
MBBS.
studying
Yeah.
MBBS.
Second year she's in.
So she will be in town for this match, specially, right? She studies outside Hyderabad,
Yeah.
right?
It's a city called Siddipet. It's like maybe 1 hour from Hyderabad or something like that.
Okay.
But anyway, she was going to come to see the death match, so she's also
She would
she
also play
also will
this.
be playing. Yeah.
And will your dad be watching you for the first time during this match? Will he come?
Yeah, I think he'll be coming, and yeah, he has never really accompanied me to any big events. Okay, when I was young, he came to some under 11 state tournament in Rajamandri, but not any serious tournaments. So that will be nice.
Okay, fantastic. Well, we are looking forward to it, Arjun. Thank you so much for being a part of this death match and the DreamHack event overall. And we are very excited. Just like everyone there, many people are going to come to watch you in action. So best wishes to you for that.
Thank you, and thanks for hosting all of this. It's really nice. Like the one-on-one OTB, I think we have very few in chess. So online we have a few, but over the board is just a lot more thrilling and entertaining. So it's a great thing.
Many people say that few years down the line, this could be the world championship match setting also. So, who knows? Thank you, Arjun.
Thank you. Bye.